Hi Scorpio, welcome or welcome back to my channel. We are doing your weekly messages for next week. So first out we have the Beaver Spirit, and it says layer followed foundation. Lay a solid foundation. So this is about you needing to put in the work into your foundation. So into building something. It's like the building blocks. It's kind of like you needing to put in, like you needing to have the drive and the determination to build something from the ground up in some way and focus on your stability. Okay, so we do have the new moon, and it says a new start is coming. This card is like if you're thinking of starting something or wanting a goal to come true or something like that, this is a huge yes. Like, yes, this is coming. Yeah, you're only at the beginning of this, so there's a lot of work that's required, but there's just such a huge opportunity for a positive outcome with whatever you're starting. So put your effort into it. Like it's a big yes. If you have a yes no question, that's a yes. And then we have a change in the wind. So this is kind of like the Tower. So I do feel like there's a big change. Things, be ready to kind of maneuver around. If your plans have been set in stone, then just be ready to kind of, for those plans to kind of shift in some way, and be open to the change that's coming in, because the ground could feel like it's shaking from underneath you. So it could be a little bit chaotic. It's just about you being able to be adaptable with the change, and then it won't stress you out too much. Okay, so there might be a change in your routine or something like that. So let's see what is coming in for Scorpio. What are the messages and what does Scorpio need to know? We have the Four of Swords, the Moon, Pisces energy, the Two of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. We have the Seven of Swords, the Star, which is Aquarius energy, the Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy, and the Three of Swords. Okay, bottom of the deck we have the Lovers, which is Gemini energy, the Hierophant, which is Taurus and Taurus energy, and then we have the Fool, which is Aries energy. Wow, what a lot of major arcana here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana here. So that means that there's a lot of big changes coming in, like a lot of like big things happening in your life at the moment. Like it's less of the day-to-day stuff and more of the big things, but I feel like a lot of the big things that are happening are coming in soon that you don't see coming. So what's coming in here is there's going to be some sort of choice that you are going to have to make, a very big choice. You're going to have to make sure that you connect with your higher self when it comes to this choice, or your higher power in some way. Maybe connect to God or whoever it is that you connect to, the universe, a different religion, whoever it is, connect to your higher power. Because this choice that's coming in here is something you might even need some sort of guidance when it comes to this, or a spiritual teacher of some sort to help you out to make this decision. What it's bringing in is a new beginning, a new cycle here. You're going to need to take the leap of faith to be able to do this, and just be courageous and adventurous. You might even want to travel in some way, but it's huge changes coming in here, but all for the good. It could even be bringing in some sort of soulmate that is going to be like a huge commitment for you, or a partnership of some sort that you're going to be committed to, and it's going to bring a fresh new beginning for you. Okay, so in your 3D world, we have the Knight of Pentacles. You're very focused on working hard on something that is getting you somewhere, but it's very slow. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So there definitely is movement, because knights always involve movement, but it's very, very slow, like snail pace. So whatever's happening here is that you're putting in the hard work into something, or someone's putting in the hard work into this connection, but it's like slow and steady wins the race. You're not seeing too much of of an increase of something, like it's more just a gradual increase instead of like volatility or something like that. And then we have, how did you get here? The Four of Swords. I feel like, number one, you've taken a break. You have taken time to yourself. You have rejuvenated your energy. You've healed in some way. And you could have been a bit sick or whatever, but now you're coming out of that sick period and now you're moving slowly towards something that you want. We have the Two of Cups here. It could be that there's some sort of partnership that's helping you out in this situation, or like a love situation where you're feeling very connected to your partner at the moment, which is feeling like very balanced or that type of thing. But it is just like, maybe it's just this connection that you are getting the support that you need, or the mutual feelings, mutual understanding between the two of you. Maybe two people working on a shared goal here, that's things are moving slowly and steadily in the correct direction. Let's say you're trending in the right direction. That's what my manager always likes to say at work. Then we have the Star. So there's definitely a lot of healing going on here with the Star and the Four of Swords. So I do feel like you are going within a lot of the time. If this is about a connection, this is definitely a very deep spiritual connection, but you also are kind of like wishing on a star for something to happen, and that's why you're putting in the hard work towards this wish coming true. But you are also just very much saying optimistic about the situation as well. Then we have the Three of Swords here. So there could be some sort of disappointment when it comes to this, whatever this thing is that you're working on, or this person moving towards you. Maybe you could have been hurt in the past by this situation, or there's like hurt coming in or disappointment coming in. Whatever it is, it's just some sort of pain. We will get a clarification on this, but there's either a pain or a disappointment here. So we have the Moon, and the Moon is about, this is in your 3D world. The Moon is about you feeling super emotional. So next week, just beware of your emotions. But we do also have this new moon here, and I think there's a full moon in Sagittarius coming up. So with Sagittarius, it's like, what do you need to release? Like you might need to release control of a situation. You might need to release the need for conformity or doing things in a traditional way. You might need to be more like adventurous and like letting go, embody more of the full energy there. So it is just also about trusting your intuition and letting go of any sort of fears. Okay, so then we have the Wheel here. Things also could be hidden next week. You could be hiding your emotions from someone, or someone could be hiding something from you. Whatever it is, we'll get some clarifiers. The Wheel then is, in your connections, in your relationships, in your emotions. So things are changing, but things are changing for the better. Like the Wheel is turning in your favor. You are going to be very lucky here. Whatever connection you're in, it's destined, it's fated, and this could be divine timing at play, but it's like the time is now, because that's happening as in your connections next week. Then we have the Seven of Swords here, and this is in, I think Leo got this in the same position, so you could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo in your chart as well. But the Seven of Swords is, what you're thinking. You are thinking about how someone can kind of like mess you around, or how they can kind of like steal your ideas, or take something from you, maybe, hurt you, manipulate you in some way, or sneak off into the night without saying anything. It is just like a deceptive energy there. So you do have that on your mind, but also the Seven of Swords in its best sense could be like you're needing to be a bit strategic. So maybe you're strategizing on how to move forward with the situation. Then we do also have the Temperance card. So the Temperance is in your desires, in your dreams, your goals, that type of thing. Again, more divine energy here. I feel like there's a lot of spiritual and divine energy here, like things that are meant to be will be type of energy. And Temperance is here to bring in some sort of balance into a situation. Like I feel like if you've been like overindulging in one side of your life, whether that is like focusing too much on money and not enough on spending time with your family, or focusing too much on vice versa, or maybe not having that work-life balance, or possibly even could be like you've been drinking too much or eating too much. Whatever it is, there's like a balance coming in here. So things are going to happen in moderation, but also Temperance is Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael is here to help in some way, to help guide you towards where you're meant to go with this goal or this desire. Again, it is about like, I feel like it's about timing, and usually Temperance is about having patience, and the Wheel of Fortune is about divine timing. So maybe it's like you've needed the patience for quite a while, but like things are starting to happen now. Okay, so let's see for Scorpio. So first I want to clarify, what is the Lovers, the Hierophant, and the Fool? We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So things have been very stuck, and things haven't been able to move forward, and I feel like very soon things are going to come in very quickly. Whatever's happening, it's like whatever the stuck energy was, things are moving very quickly, but there's a big decision that needs to be made with this, and this decision, once you make this decision, it's like you're not going to even be able to keep up. Like that's how fast things are going to move. Okay, so what is the Knight of Pentacles? We have the Five of Cups in the reverse. So this is slowly but surely moving past any issues from the past. You are moving on from any sort of pain. You're moving on from, if you were feeling sorry for yourself in the past, you're now taking back control of your life, and you're like, okay, no, I'm fine. Actually, I can move past this. I can let this go. I can leave this past behind me in some way. And I can focus on the positive still. Like I know I still have good things in my life, and I can focus on those. Queen of Pentacles, it is also about nurturing yourself, and maybe having a self-care routine in some way to be able to help you move past this, but it is slow and steady. Okay, so what is the Moon? Nine of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so this is about you. You did have some sort of fears, some sort of anxiety that was causing you issues or emotions that was maybe keeping you up at night. I feel like you're coming out of this now. You're coming to a place where you're actually reflecting on these, and I feel like these are the things that you are going to release when it comes to this full moon in Sagittarius as well. Devil energy at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're going to release some sort of toxic habits, possibly even like obsessive thoughts or something like that, or addictions in some way, but you're releasing it. That's the good thing. And I feel like that's hidden at the moment, but it won't be. Very soon it's going to be revealed next week. So what is the Wheel of Fortune? We have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So this is bringing in a time of if things were confusing in the past, it's like the wheel is turning now, that you're going to come out of confusion. You're going to get some clarity in a situation. And with the Empress, you are going to be receptive to whatever this change is. And if you are receptive to it, it's kind of like I was saying in the beginning, if you're able to kind of maneuver around or adapt your plans or that type of thing, it's okay. You can make it work if you just stay in this Empress energy, which is like, okay, I can work with that. That's no problem. Like, I'll figure it out. That type of energy. Okay, so what's the Seven of Swords? The Emperor. Okay, so this is about someone who's maybe being controlling, but also it could be about like a boss in your life or a father figure or something like that, and you just feel... Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, Scorpio, my neighbour's dog just ran in and it gave me a heart attack because I didn't know the door was open. But I usually just give her treats and stuff, so I just had to stop and give her a treat. Where was I? So with the Seven of Swords and the Emperor, I do feel like someone is like... It could be you that's strategizing of how to become like your own boss in some way, or how to level up or take control of your life in some way. But I do also feel like there could be someone who's very stubborn in your life, very controlling, and they're kind of like wearing a false mask, like they're being controlling of you, but they're like trying to pretend like they're not. It could be a father figure. It could be just a masculine energy in your life, maybe like the main person of the household. Whatever it is, you just take what resonates there. So it could be you, could be another person like you trying to level up and strategize, or this other person being too controlling. We do have the Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, so I do feel like you do need to ground yourself when it comes to whatever this is, and just focus on the small tasks that you can put into, like the work that you can put into this. Okay, so what is Temperance? Okay, well, we got 2 there. So we got the World. So definitely the end of a cycle. You've accomplished something. You've had success, but it's also time now for things to kind of move on to another thing. You've had to have a lot of patience with this, and it's stressed you out a lot. But I feel like that's now coming to an end. You're not going to be stressed anymore. Ace of Cups, there's definitely a new opportunity coming your way, possibly new love or even renewed love, but there's balance coming to a situation. And then what is the Three of Swords? Death in the reverse. That's your energy, Scorpio. So it's kind of like you resisting change because you're scared of disappointment or you're scared of heartbreak. So you're kind of like holding on to a situation that you need to let go of, because there's a new start that's coming in that you're kind of blocking because you're resisting the change. You see, Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You can't make this stuff up. A new beginning that's coming in for you. Something that you're going to be extremely passionate about. You're going to have excitement about this. But it can't come in because you're holding on too much to the past or to some sort of issues. You're resisting this change that's hurting you. It's hurting you to stay where you are, but yet you stay. Okay. Sorry, Scorpio. Let's see. Let's move on to your love reading. Okay, so what does Scorpio need to know in their love life for next week? So we have hopeless, sinking, despair, and falling apart. So in the past, you were feeling like you had no control over the situation. You were hopeless. Possibly it was some sort of like running energy, ghosting, disappearing, and invisible. Someone either like ghosted you or just kind of maybe if you got into an argument, they just kind of like walked away. They didn't want to talk about it. It makes you feel like completely lost and like you can't do anything about the situation because they just won't like stick around and like maybe talk about this or resolve the situation. It's like they don't deal with things that way, and it just makes you feel horrible. So what else? We have finality, so farewells, leave behind, and closure. So that could be the closure that you're getting in some way, but maybe you guys are leaving something behind. Either you're leaving this person behind and moving on to something else, or not even moving on. Well, not yet anyway, but that could happen. But it is also just like leaving something behind, like you guys are done with that situation. We have exhaustion at the bottom of the deck, depletion, drained, and long journey. It's like you guys have been doing the same thing over and over and over again, and change needs to come in, but there's been a resistance because you don't want to be hurt. Okay, what else? What did I just say? Resistance. Secret admirer, suppressing, and timid. So I do feel like maybe that you have been resistant of this change, and that's what's causing these issues. But you're suppressing your emotions as well, because we do also have karma here, consequences, cause and effect, and debt. And I feel like there is some sort of lesson that needs to be learned here, but because you won't let the lesson come in or learn the lesson here, it's basically like it's just happening over in like loops, and you know, it just feels horrible over and over and over again. Like there's something that you need to let go control of. Okay, let's see what else for Scorpio. So we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Yeah, that definitely needs to happen. I could see that there, but I feel like once you start talking about feelings, maybe they start like running in some way. But you do need to actually discuss that. What else for Scorpio? Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So you might need to have a bit of fun with them to try and like let go of whatever the situation is. Okay, and then what else? We have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. You see, because I feel like you're scared that you're going to get hurt. But then we do have also at the bottom of the deck have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So maybe it's just that there's been issues, or maybe there's been issues with passion, maybe. Or it is just about like... maybe it's you guys have just been together for so long that it's like that, you know, that spark isn't there and you need to try and get that spark back or get the renewed love there again. So let's see, what does Scorpio need to know? What is Scorpio's person saying to Scorpio if they weren't holding anything back? Okay. I want to be more than friends. Okay. I hope that you can forgive me one day. I can't stop thinking about you. So, I feel like this person is a little bit bipolar, but maybe they're a Gemini. Not that Geminis are bipolar, but just because, you know, the twins. So that is everything that I have for you guys, Scorpio. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys again next week. Take care.